Hello and welcome to the Nintendo Wii U farewell party. I don't know if you could call it a party actually. It's just me and Mr. Salmon here. But I've drafted in Mr. Salmon to talk about the Wii U. Now that the Nintendo Switch is out, it's basically game over for the Wii U. It's going to be slowly phased out. Production has already stopped, and I thought it'd be a good idea just to look back on this console that, honestly, not a lot of people ended up buying, and talk about the hardware, talk about the games, and sort of at the end round it off and get our final thoughts. No one better positioned to talk about that than Hogsworth Dave Salmon. How you doing, mate?
Hello, Joe. How are you?
I'm always well, mate. I'm always well. So Nintendo Wii U. Some would say controversial. Some would say sales-wise a failure. Some would say good hardware. Some would say bad hardware. Before we get into the details, where do you kind of sit with the Nintendo Wii U?
Um, well, I loved it,
Yeah.
but it was we know it had shit sales.
Mm.
It was underpowered. That
Yeah.
Nintendo consoles always are. It had brilliant games,
Yeah.
but it had nowhere near enough games, and the only brilliant games off the top of my head were all the Nintendo first party stuff.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
think there was any third party that was any good off the top of my head.
No. The only one I would say that got quite a lot of critical acclaim, and I didn't play it, but was Bayonetta 2,
Oh, of course,
which is an
yeah, I forgot about that.
odd game to appear on a Nintendo console because it's not exactly kid friendly or family friendly. A lot of the stuff that we'll talk about, you could sit down and give to a 5, 6, 7, 8, any aged person and play. Whereas Bayonetta was, it wasn't really appropriate in that sense. It's a bit of a strange platform for it to be on. But
Yeah.
Nintendo, to be fair to them, that game was never getting made at some point. Originally, it was meant to come out to all platforms, but money dried up. But Nintendo come along and helped publish it, and it got them a great game on their platform. I wanted to go back in time and talk about before the Wii U launch, because
Yeah.
as with any hardware launch, you get drip-fed information over time. The Wii had been, and then maybe we'll talk about the Wii slightly. The Wii had been an absolute sales monster. I think it's the second best-selling console of all time behind the PS2. So it really struck a chord with people that typically don't buy, a video game console.
Yeah.
With the Wii, I got the feeling that, at the start there was a lot of positive vibes towards it, and it sold incredibly well. But I felt like a lot of the gamers maybe weren't as pleased with it towards the end, with perhaps some of the software they're putting out. Where did you stand on the Wii before we get to the Wii U? Was you loving it, or did you go off it, or how did it work?
Well, I think like most people, I think when it first came out, we all like everyone was fascinated by the Wii Tennis and
Yeah,
what was it called?
Wii Sports and
That's it, Wii Sports. So yeah, that was brilliant. So we all went and bought it for that. Well, I did anyway.
sure.
Just because it was brand new.
Mm.
Um, s- there was obviously that didn't last that long.
No.
It lasted long with kids and families and that would play it in the house because families had probably never picked up a controller before
No.
and they loved all that crap that we don't really care for now anyway.
No.
But there was good games on there. You did
Yeah.
have your Mario Galaxies, your Mario
Yes.
Karts, your
Yep.
Super Smash Bros. You had, all that stuff was on there. So, and I got the majority of them
Yeah.
games. I did like it. So yeah, it was pretty positive. But I think I was loving the 360 at that time. 'Cause that
Sure.
was the gamers'
Yeah.
console, wasn't it? That was the proper. That was a lot more powerful. It was
Yeah.
HD.
Yeah.
And the Wii, I think, in the end, everyone sort of had them in their living rooms, but wasn't really getting you because I think it lasted too long, probably because
Yeah.
it was so successful. Must have made so much money for them. It was, games were coming out. You think, well, no one's gonna get that on Wii. It fucking looks like
Yeah.
it's pixelated now. It's so old.
Yeah.
I think it just hung around for too long.
Yeah.
That was the only
Yeah.
thing with the Wii. But no, overall, I think it was pretty good.
Yeah. No. I mean, it was certainly a success, and with the Wii U, I assume that the aim was to capitalize on the success of the Wii
Yeah.
and go with the Wii U. Now, we talk about sort of reveals and the hardware. What are your kind of early memories of this before it released? Looking at what they had shown you, was you positive or was you a little bit miffed at what it was? What was your understanding of the Wii U?
Well, I had a DS, so I thought when they first showed it, I remember watching the video and
Yeah,
they showed the gamepad and how it was. I thought it was a good idea. I still think it's a good idea today. I know you don't, but I know it's it was never utilised. It was never used well, and the few games it was used really well in, no one played or cared about. So it never really took off. I think
Yeah.
it was sad because the DS, like the two screen idea was so popular,
Yeah.
but it just didn't go down well, did it? And
No.
well, it wasn't just that. I think it was the fact that well, I don't want to talk about it now, but the whole Wii thing, isn't it? That's why I'm adamant it failed purely because it was called the Wii U. I mean, what I said to you earlier,
Yeah.
that was no lie. That was today.
Yes.
This guy, he said to me, I was sitting playing the Switch. I was sitting playing Bomb Man on the break at work. And he said, "Oh, is that the Switch?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to get one definitely." He said, "My boy wants one, but he doesn't like Zelda, so we're going to get it when Mario Kart comes out."
Yep.
I said, "Oh, right." I said to him, "Well, did you not get a Wii U and play Mario Kart before?" He went, "Oh, no, we already had a Wii." And that's just says it all. I've had another comment like that before as well. It just totally says it all. They don't even know what it is,
Yeah.
or they've probably heard the word because it wasn't that unpopular, but because they put it in a commercial or something.
Yeah.
But it was probably they just thought it was an add-on, or they might have just thought it was something like a PS Pro, for example.
Yeah.
Whereas most people who've already got a PlayStation doesn't really matter, but they've not stopped production for the normal PlayStation, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But this was supposed to be a completely different thing, and I'm not saying it would have been a raving success if it had been,
Named differently or
yeah,
marketed
named
slightly
differently,
better,
yeah, because obviously it's not like I think the Switch is going to do well because of it's so different and you can take it away and all that business. Whereas this was only just a sort of different control, it was still underpowered compared to the your Xbox One and your PS4. So it was always going to, I think, the elitists were going to sort of slag it a bit, but yeah, I do think that's the main reason it failed. And they started by saying what you were saying about what you saw about it before it was released. They showed off a video of, I think it might have been Donkey Kong,
Yeah.
but they were showing off his fur and how good it looks graphically. And like coming from a PC game, I'm thinking, mate, show me a good Nintendo game that's going to make me want to buy the system. Don't show me how good Donkey Kong furs looks, because I know it's not going to look that good when it comes out on the telly. Let's be honest.
Yeah, don't play that game because it's not your game. You're not good at that game.
Yeah,
Play to your strengths.
I think they probably knew it was underpowered, so they wanted to make out it wasn't underpowered.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, but it didn't put me off because I still bought it day one.
Yeah, I mean, you went out and bought it day one. Can you remember what you got with it, or what games you got with it, and the price, all that sort of business? Is that still?
Yeah, I got a price. I think I got Nintendo Land with it.
Yeah, that come bundled, didn't it?
Yeah, that was bundled, and I think I bought New Super Mario Bros. I think I paid 314 for that lot.
All right.
Which I was happy to pay at that time.
Yeah.
At the time, I thought it was reasonable. And when I got it, I was really happy with it. To be honest, it was great.
Yeah, and you knew at that time that this was a new system. You didn't think it was a Wii extension. You knew it was a brand new. It's like a different generation. That's what the term that's used. You knew that. You wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd watched a lot of, but must have had something at E3. There's a present. I don't know if that was their last presentation.
Yeah, stopped doing them after a while, didn't they? Do those directs now? So.
I'm hoping that's going to change this year. But
we will.
Anyway, we'll see.
We'll see about that. So you were quite impressed when you first picked it up in terms of how it worked and the hardware and whatnot.
Yeah, well, I mean, graphically it was fine. It wasn't.
It was HD now, so it's an upgrade of the Wii.
That's the thing.
That's a big step. That is one of the biggest steps, like forever. I find like moving from standard def to HD. It was. I remember watching like the 360 gameplay demos and just thinking, bloody hell! Now that was amazing to me.
Yeah.
I know it's PC had already been there, but if you're a home
console. Oh no, I remember doing that at 360 as well, thinking that's the nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And the Nintendo come along and do it, and you think, right now, my lovely Nintendo games are going to look even better. And we've got this gamepad.
Yeah, I was thinking, I wasn't sort of comparing it to anything else. I was just comparing it to, this is what Mario looked like on the Wii, and this is what it looks like now. It looks a lot better. Being a Mario fan and all that, Nintendo fan. I thought it was good. The hardware didn't concern me at all. I obviously wasn't expecting there to be fuck all games come out for it. It was all positive at first. And Nintendo Land was really good. If you had 4 Wii remotes, you'd have a right laugh on that.
Yeah.
which I did quite a few
Yeah,
times.
no, yeah, I do not disagree with that. So you started off positive, and I think it come out in Europe, so we would have got it in November. That's 2012, and obviously you could say it run until the end of 2016, perhaps you could give it its run. At what point did you kind of start thinking, I wish there was more games for this? Was it something that just suddenly happened, or was it a slow kind of realization that you want a little bit more software to play on your Wii U?
Yeah, well, with me, it never really got to that stage. I was always playing on the PC anyway,
Yes.
regular. So it was just a case of whenever I was the same with the Wii. When a good game came out, I'd buy it. I wasn't sort of sitting there thinking, "Oh, come on, when's the next one going to come out?" It was never really like that. But the reason I wanted more to come out was because when that was released and I went online, that's when I realised how many people hate Nintendo. I couldn't believe it. I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
There's all these people there, oh, just fucking give up. Let Microsoft and Sony have everything. Just make games for them. Why don't you just fuck off, your pants?
Do a Sega.
All them wankers, yeah. I was at first I was really shocked. I just thought, why does everyone hate them? They've been brilliant for like years. Made some great stuff, and now they've made this that's not, because it was all about power thing at first.
Oh yeah, it's easy.
Now it's not as powerful. Everyone like hates them big time. But that was silly internet rubbish that still goes on now. But I tend not to take much notice of it now. But yeah, so it didn't really bother me. But I wanted more stuff to come out because I wanted it to be successful.
Yeah.
And I don't really know when I started sort of to realise it wasn't going to be.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't. It's probably a good couple of years.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I think after 2 years, when it's still doing badly, it's no. You can already see with the Switch. Not that it's going to be a massive. Yeah, you can. Doesn't mean it's going to be huge, but you can already see it's doing really well. And it's been out for what, 6 weeks? Even that, is it?
Yeah, no, a month pretty much. Yeah, 4 weeks essentially.
The more people know what it is.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, and people know exactly what it is. They know. I mean, not to say that people know whether to call it a home console or handheld, because there's no real answer to that, but they know what functionality they're getting. They're knowing it's a separate new system, and that if you want to play the new Nintendo games, there's only one place for it. And that's something I think the Wii U didn't have. Well, let's move on to the software, because like you said, there were highlights for the Wii U, and people may have overlooked it, and a lot of people didn't get one, but there were certainly some great games that came out on it. And why not start with Mario Kart 8? I mean, you've spoken about it for a long time, but you've put hours into this, haven't you? Tons of time into Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U.
Yeah, shitloads. Yeah, I played loads. I like got in a group online and did like tournaments and shit.
Random people, this was.
The big boy shits. Yeah, for the first time since the 360, I've done that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What was it about Mario Kart 8 that kind of made you go out and do that? Because like you said, some people do that a lot, but like it's the first time you'd done it in a few years. What was it about Mario Kart 8 that got you into
no one else, none of my mates had got it.
Oh yeah, well.
Yeah, that's one of the good reasons. One did in the end. But yeah, that was it. And he literally bought the console for that, Mario Kart. Sure. He's now sold it. He's buying a Switch with Mario Kart.
Yeah.
But it was just such a good game. I mean, I've always loved Mario Karts anyway. I love kart races.
Yeah.
But I think what made me sort of go on, because I was going online, just not with chat or anything, just going online and racing people, and I was doing really well.
Yes.
And I think it's like with most people, and if one of your mates plays a game all the time online, multiplayer, like versus, they're normally not shit, are they? Because if they're shit, they'd have stopped after a couple of weeks. So I wasn't that good, fucking, out of this world, but I was winning quite a lot, and it just makes you want to play more. So then you get even better, and you just keep going. And I just really enjoy it. I just never got bored of it. Just kept doing race after race. And there was a lot of content. The DLC packs came out that nearly doubled the tracks.
Yeah.
And I've never bought DLC actually. I think I've told you that before. Never bought it. I hate DLC, but I did for that, and it was well worth it. And now I consider more with other games because of that.
Yeah, I mean you're right. A lot of companies take the piss of the DLC, but definitely Mario Kart 8 had nothing but positive vibes coming out of it, and it's like people were happy to have DLC for that because it added so much to it, and they knew what they were getting. But yeah, that's one example of them doing a good job with it.
Fantastic graphics that game had as well.
Beautiful.
low resolution again, but it doesn't matter. I know that because now you can the emulator, Wii U emulator thing that's out now.
Yeah.
You run that on the PC in 4K, it looks unbelievable. It looks so good because
Yeah.
it's exactly the same. It's just the resolution, so that's all that was sort of holding it back.
Makes it a bit clearer, doesn't it?
720p, wasn't it? So it weren't the best, but yeah, just really enjoyed it. I think I must have played that in the last good 5 years. I reckon I probably played more of that than any other game on a console. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, just got a bit addicted to it at one point. That was all. And plus, my wife and little one used to play as well.
Yeah, that always helps.
Not all the time, but not competitively, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, we used to play. So yeah, it was good. That was another good thing about the Wii U. See, I may not have, I probably wouldn't have got all the games I'd got if it wasn't for them.
No, yeah, because you kind of think they can use that, and I think nearly all the games would have had couch co-op implemented, which these days is almost a rarity with what's going on. Would you say that Mario Kart 8 was your favourite Mario Kart game if you're looking back at the series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There's some crackers in there, but yeah, 8's the best. Double Dash is in there, but
Super Mario 3D World. So,
yes.
Off the back of, you look at Mario Galaxy, and that was, some people say one of the best games ever made, either one of those two, and people will argue about which one's better, but had big boots to fill, Super Mario 3D World, and it obviously filled those boots for you. What was it about this particular entry that stuck with you?
Graphics were pretty amazing. That's obviously it's not the reason I got it. It was that real strange mix. See, I actually liked this more than Galaxy, and that's really controversial. I'm not saying it's better.
No,
it obviously wasn't.
Different styles though,
but
aren't they? So
yeah, I just liked it more. I played more of it.
Yeah.
It was a mixture between Galaxy and a new Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you ever play it? Did you play it around mine?
I played around yours, yeah.
Yeah. So it was kind of. It wasn't a side scroller, was it? But so you could sort of move freely everywhere, but obviously it wasn't open either, like say Mario 64 type. So it was a mixture of the two, and I must have just really liked that.
Yeah. Proper co-op as well.
The co-op was great.
Yeah.
I didn't. Again, I played it with Haley and Ella, so it wasn't serious. I'd love to have had the boys round, but it just doesn't happen these days, does it?
No.
It'd be great to do that, and then do the really hard levels.
Yeah.
Like I have to do on my own here. But yeah, it was really challenging. It's really easy at the start, like games should be, and then later on you had all your hard stuff, but it was really difficult. It just had everything. Yeah, charm, characters were great.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I say, the graphics were really good. Yeah. What more can you say? It's a Mario game, so I'm going to be biased anyway. They don't do many bad ones.
No, not at all.
And again, that was at the time when that came out that I'm still like thinking the system's great. All the negativity that was going around, I just wasn't taking any notice of because I was loving it.
Yeah.
And
that will help having a game like that land. Loving life. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. No, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, I should say. I had a go at this round Pac-Man's once, Mr. Adcock.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a 2D platformer essentially, side scroller, but I loved it. I loved this. I remember immediately just being taken aback with like the soundtrack, the visuals, and the design of the levels, how it all kind of fitted in with whatever world you were kind of in. It made sense where the platform was. It wasn't just a block of like brick suddenly in the middle of the forest. It would be a tree branch or something like that. And I think we did an underwater level, quite challenging as well at parts, but
hard. Yeah, that's hard. That's harder than 3D World.
Yeah,
that's probably the hardest game on the Wii U that I had anyway.
Yeah,
that's a great game. Massively underrated as well.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. That annoys me. It really annoys me. People don't like it. Well, that's actually not true. It seems to be loved or sort of, very average game type in the reviews. It's never anything in between.
It's because it's, if you look at it, it's a side scroller, and people think, well, how can that be any better than what we've played before? But there's different levels to a side scroll, and this is definitely top draw. Did you ever complete it? Because like you said, it was a very challenging game.
Yeah, I finished it. Yeah, I even went back and tried doing I didn't do it, but you collecting all the jigsaw pieces and the usual shit that I never really do anymore. That you sort of think's a great idea until you do a bit and you can't find one. If you go, oh, fuck
Yeah.
this, fuck off. That's the end of that. But I went back to it a couple of times. Same with 3D. Actually deleted my save on 3D World just to do it
Oh,
again. Yeah,
on
I did play
purpose
these
or
games a lot. Yeah, just to do it all again.
just at a fresh start?
Yeah,
To be fair, I've done that with The Witcher 3, which is the most ridiculous game to do that with, because
yeah.
it's 70 hours. But I actually have gone through that twice in theory now.
No, it's good. If it's obviously a really good game, then, isn't it?
Yeah, well for me it was, yeah. But I was like, it was odd for me just to delete the save. And I kind of sat there and I was like, should I have done that? Now I've got to commit to finishing this again now.
You got a harder difficulty, or?
Yeah, I can't remember what I did. I think what had happened was there is essentially there's obviously a point in the game where the main story wraps up, and it gives you an opportunity to do the side quests. And I thought, oh, I'll do them afterwards. And some of them, it kind of like it doesn't let you do after you go past a certain point. And it really annoyed me.
Mm.
So I thought, right, one day I'll go back and do all those. So I just made sure I went back and did everything on it. But yeah, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. What was the? I guess. What was your kind of memories of that? Your mate. What's the best thing about that compared to some of the other bits and bobs?
What, the Tropical Freeze itself,
Yeah.
compared to what? The other games on the Wii U, or?
Yeah. Why is that standing out?
Um, well, I love the series anyway.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this a lot more than I enjoyed the Wii one. I
Yes.
finished that as well. I think it was just Donkey Kong Country Returns, I think.
Yeah.
It was the same sort of thing. This one just seemed to have a lot more, like, I don't know, just seemed to have more character. They brought the other characters in, the old school ones from the SNES days.
Yeah.
The Cranky and I can't remember the girl's name. But this had co-op as well, although it was ridiculous. It was harder on co-op because
Oh, was it?
you both had to be shit hot.
Wow.
So, it's like, you know what the game's like, where you both say you're running along, you've got to jump exactly at the right time, or you've got to jump right on the edge, or when you're in the carts, you can't make a mistake. So when there's two of you, you both can't make a mistake. So one of you's gonna. Yeah, it's good fun, but yeah, it could be a bit frustrating.
Absolutely,
Yeah, co-op we didn't add that much for me, to be honest. But I can't really put anything on it. Bit of nostalgia in there, but I don't want to say that because it makes it sound like it's only me that thinks it was good. It was a really good game.
No, yeah, I mean, like you said, there's a few people that didn't score it very high, but I think generally those that played it were impressed with it. There's certainly some good review scores in there. There's just another one that will just get lost on the Wii U with very few people that got to play it, unfortunately.
Oh, the rest of them, they'll all get forgotten. It's only Mario Maker's the only one anyone will ever remember, probably.
Yeah, well, let's move on to Mario Maker because that was again on your list here. Great idea because it utilises the second screen. Probably one of the better games to use it, certainly, wasn't it?
It was for making all the classic Mario levels and that. But I actually played more of just the random levels people have made.
Yeah,
It wasn't really. I didn't really have it for the building. I couldn't be bothered. But very, very cool idea. Something when I was younger that I think I would have sat and given a lot of time to.
Yeah.
But you really did have to, if you want to make a good level, like some of these nutters who make these levels that are shit hot, they must spend so long doing it. Fair play to them because it's people like me benefit from it. But yeah, a long fucking time. But yeah, just a great idea, Mario Maker. You know what it is. And the fact that you could go from Mario Bros 1, 2, 3,
sure, use all the
and
different
then up,
skins
up to the Wii U one. It's just great. You could go down like a pipe, and then the game changes. You go into Mario 3, come up again, and you're back in. You're in 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
It was just really cool, and it's got some great ideas on there. And letting the public do it is amazing because they make better levels than Nintendo.
Yeah.
I don't know how they'll make. Well, I don't think they would make another one now. I don't think they can really, unless they brought out Mario Maker on the Switch, which they probably will.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, even if you couldn't build,
just use.
I'd buy it. Yeah, just to play all the levels that people make. To be honest, on the go, would be great.
Yeah, I am. Because what's really clever about this is it kind of caters to two crowds. There's obviously you're in one crowd, the actual player who wants to play all the different new levels because we've played the old games before,
Yeah.
but some of the ideas, like you said, that people come up with, and then it also satisfies that crowd that love building things and making levels, which is becoming more and more popular. And I remember it reminds me a little bit of Trials, the Trials series, where they added a track editor on that. And again, like you, I tried it and I had a little dab with it, and I was like, I'm shit at this, I can't do it. But then you'd go online and play the community ones, and they're absolutely off the chain. And the clever thing with this was, like you said, introducing all the different kind of Mario iterations and all their graphical skins, the sound effects, all that kind of business. Very, very smart idea. But like you said, does that mean we can't have another straight out 2D Mario game? Is it just going to be another version of Super Mario Maker?
Yeah, I think so. Because if they did, you just have everyone all over the internet saying, "Well, my level's much better than this. This is crap. What are you doing?"
Yeah,
they'd probably try. They'll bring something.
I'll do a Super Mario Maker remix that contains all the best levels from the Wii U community.
I want that to come out on the Switch. Then there's remix games. They're really good.
Yeah, that'd be top draw. That would. But yeah, Super Mario Maker. I think that was a smart game, and one that may hopefully turn up again.
Too late though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was towards the back end, certainly. Yeah, it was. When was that? 2015 when that came out.
Yeah.
So I think by then, that was when I think 2016 was a pretty bad year. The 2015 wasn't great, but this was definitely a gem in that year. Again, you're right. It probably was too little, too late. You could have done with that earlier on. But,
but then you know what? If it still would have been called the Wii U if they'd have brought it out, even on launch.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered.
Might have helped.
Yeah, a little bit. Final one, and we've spoken about 4 games there that are kind of staples in Nintendo's stable. You've got Mario Kart, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong, and Mario Maker, which is 2D Mario's. But what they did do, which impressed a lot of people, was bring a brand new IP to the Nintendo Wii U, and it is Splatoon. And it's an online competitive multiplayer game. Goes completely against what you'd expect again. Well, maybe not. With Mario Kart there, maybe not. But a primarily focused shooting game on the Wii U with a little bit of a twist, though. With a little bit of a twist. What was it about Splatoon that impressed you? Was it just that it's bringing new ideas to a genre which is quite saturated on other consoles? Was it a combination of the art style? What is it that stands out for Splatoon?
Yeah, it could be that. I don't know really. So I like the art style. I like the although it wasn't Nintendo in the sense that it's got their characters or anything, but it was still very colourful. Yeah. It's cartoony art style, isn't it? But that doesn't really sort of make me like it. No. I don't know really, because it is basically what you get elsewhere. Yeah. There's just something about it. It was a bit like Mario Kart, where it was addictive. It was another bit like what a lot of people get with Overwatch and games like that, where it's it's the old I'll just have one more game. When you look at you need to go to bed, but you just keep on going and going, one more. I do like the fact that it's fast. I think the games only last 3 minutes, or something like that. It's not it is tactical. You have got to be, if you're crap, you'll lose. But it wasn't so much like Overwatch. I'm fed up with Overwatch already. All my mates are still playing it. I'm done with it because they've gone too far now. They've just, you get the rank and they've gone just to that next level. That really got to start looking at YouTube videos and getting good with certain characters. And you play a character that you don't enjoy playing it just because it's gonna, you really need to. You need to be that character, but you don't want to be him. Nah, it goes too far. With this, I think I don't want to make it sound like it's for noobs. Because you can't just give it a 5-year-old and they'll be good at it. But yeah, it wasn't massively. Just had that right skill level for me, I think.
Yeah,
personally.
And I think had I had the system, it's just something that I would have, in terms of an online game, I would have played this for much longer. I think it helped the fact that it wasn't really, it's not focused on kill to death ratios, all that bollocks. It's you're essentially trying to cover. It's turf war, mainly what a lot of people play. So it's about covering the map with your coloured paint. It wasn't, I guess, one way to describe it without making it sound like it's like a schoolyard, but it wasn't intimidating to play online. No, I think that's what kept people coming back, and that's a combination of art style, the actual focus of the game, and other bits and bobs. But I was crap at it, but I still enjoyed my time playing it. I had a handful of games around yours and also around Hall. So it's I think it's just good as well to see them enter with a new franchise, because one of the things that people knock Nintendo for is that it's Mario, it's Donkey Kong, it's
Yeah,
Mario
sure
Kart,
it is. Yeah,
it's the same stuff over and over. Then you get maybe the odd Pokemon game come out on a handheld. This
yeah.
was out of left field. It was brand spanking new, come with new ideas, and was great fun to play. So definitely deserves its accolades. The only thing that disappointed me slightly, and this is not to do with the Wii U, is that I kind of wanted, we're going to have Splatoon 2 on the Switch,
Yeah.
but I wanted Splatoon Deluxe or whatever it's going to be on the Switch, so just to feel like I hadn't missed out.
Yeah.
But now forever we'll think, I
I
get to play the original enough.
I can't. I'd be surprised if more of these don't come out. Though these kind of ports, like Mario. I know it's not quite a port, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because it is basically a Wii U, isn't it? It is. It's only a slightly more powerful, and it must be very slightly.
Yeah.
Because I know they say Zelda the best versions on the Switch, but if you watch them both, there's not much difference. They look exactly the same.
Yeah.
I think you might just get a couple of more dips every now and then in frames on the Wii U version. There's a game that again, that's never going to get a mention, is it? And it's
No.
I don't think it is. I think it's brilliant. I think it's better than Ocarina of Time, which is very controversial now.
Yeah.
But some people say that's the best game ever. That's all over the internet, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's a Wii U game. No fucker knows it's a Wii U game.
No.
No one knows, and no one ever will know. And then when they do, they go, "Oh, okay, whatever. Who cares?"
Yeah. it originally developed for the Wii U. It's actually
Look at the Sheikah slate. That's clearly a gamepad. It clearly is, isn't it? It's got to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me who thinks that, but it's got to be a gamepad. That Sheikah thing.
It's crazy because people will say, "Oh, it's a Switch game," but in reality, the fact of it is that is a Nintendo Wii U game ported to the Switch.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what's happened there. It's not the other way round. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is a Wii U game, and it will never get the credit for coming out on that platform because they've used it to springboard the launch of the Switch, which, for a business sense, definitely made sense.
Definitely.
That.
Yeah,
Sure. It was a no-brainer, wasn't it? Wii U had dried up. It's like, right, stick this on there.
That's better than I thought it was going to be. That game.
I'm enjoying it, but I've not got far into it. It's one of those games that I'm. It's not like I really enjoy playing it. I played it for a couple of hours the other afternoon, and I was like, oh, this is great. But for some reason, I'm reluctant to get too hooked onto it, where I just don't explore much. So when I go on it now, I kind of explore every nook and cranny.
Yeah.
And go to. I'm always finding a surprise. Like very rarely do I go somewhere that's kind of off the beaten track and don't find some sort of surprise at the other end, and that's to me a sign of a great game. I know if I get hooked onto it, I'll then get the urge to finish it, and I'll probably start taking the more direct route. I really want to, soak it up and do what I need to do. But it's a great time to kind of talk about that because it is a Wii U game, and it's one of the tragedies of that console is that it'll probably never get the credit for some of the great games it deserves simply because of a bad business strategy for one.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just that once the well's poisoned, it's difficult to get out of that well. Once the damage is done, it's hard for a piece of hardware to recover. And unfortunately, the Wii U never did, and it was thrown out to pasture by Nintendo by launching the Switch and having. Even things like Mario Kart 8 coming to the Switch, it's kind of like, right, we know we've got great games on there, but let's bin that and get them on the new one. Because otherwise they'll just do Mario Kart 9 if they were thinking, completely new.
Of course. Yeah.
Overall, I mean, when you look back at the Wii U, will it be a positive memory bank or a mixed memory bank or a negative one?
Yeah, for me, 100% positive.
Yeah.
I've still, in comparison to the others, I've still got loads more gameplay out of that. PS4 is getting a lot more in the last sort of 6 months, year, but it's got loads, and it's a shame that it'll go down as a failure, I think, because it has got some very good games, but yeah, at the end of the day, it was a failure, and that's the end. That's the end of that.
Yeah, unfortunate. It happens though, and we can only hope that the Switch does well and does enough to keep Nintendo's interest really.
I hope
because
so.
that's what needs to happen. It needs to have the focus. I'm really, I know a lot of people love the 3DS, but I can't. At some point, they have to bring those games over, I think, and try and put them onto the Switch. But developing for the 3DS and then developing for something that's going to go on the
Well,
telly
yeah,
potentially is a lot different.
Pokemon's done, isn't it? I've been
Well,
rumoured,
yeah,
been
you've
told
got
that's just basically a port.
Pokemon Stars they're
That's
looking
it.
at doing. So it's
It's
going to be like
basically Moon.
yeah,
That's what I read anyway.
yeah. So we'll see. There was actually an article that came out last week or the week before last that was Game Freak, who were looking for a staff member to work on a world famous
That's it. Yeah,
RPG
I
for
read the same
console.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's something in the works. They're cooking up something, and that maybe that's what the Wii U needed, perhaps. But the Switch looks like it's going to get that treatment, and something like Pokemon. We talk about the casual crossover, and we saw how popular Pokemon Go is, obviously for different reasons. But Pokemon carries a lot of weight with people to this day.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
Um,
We see how many it still sells on a 3DS, but you don't know many people with 3DSs. But the game Pokemon Moon still sold loads.
yeah, yeah. It was as again massive success. It makes you wonder whether they will get rid of the 3DS, or not get rid of it, but stop developing new software for it and put it on the Switch, or because it's in so many people's hands still, they'll still kind of start putting out software for it. But you can't tell with Nintendo. That's one of the things you can say. You don't know what's going to happen next.
No.
But I think we can now draw a line under the Wii U. It's good that it's got some good press from yourself. So thanks for joining me on this particular edition. And everyone else, thanks for your time. And ta-da.